All right, man. I want to move on to this Kendrick Lamar mural since we were talking about Latinos and the Mexicanos here in L.A. We did a whole little segment on the defacing of the mural, and the main point that I brought up was that I was surprised that not too many Latino-based channels had spoke on it. And since then, well, American Cholo said he did a video about it previously. I was unaware. And then Dubs did a video about it. Two Latinos. Dubs is from the Santa Barbara area. American Cholo is from the North Hollywood area of L.A. County.
Is Santa Barbara considered Northern California?
Yeah, no. That's still Southern California. Okay. Yeah, Santa Barbara is Southern California, but it's north of us. I believe Ventura County. Yeah, it's the next county above us.
Okay.
Going northwest.
A few hours though.
You can get to Ventura in 1 hour from here on the 101. Yeah, 1 hour to Ventura, and I believe he is from what city did I say he was from?
Ventura,
Santa Barbara.
Santa Barbara. You can get. I know I used to drive up to Goleta, which is the college portion of the school in Santa Barbara. I think I used to get up to Goleta in about an hour and 15, an hour and 20 minutes. When I was in my college days. But yeah, we have Dubs and American Cholo have both spoke about this topic of the mural being defaced by, I don't want to say an individual. We're gonna hear a clip where individuals emphasized. I'm gonna say it's defaced by Tortilla Flats because somebody was behind the camera, somebody was writing the graffiti. Somebody posted it on the internet, and it had to be signed off by multiple people before it got to our eyeballs.
Whether it was signed off or not, that action represents the whole
It does.
community.
It represents a collective.
Yeah.
And
What you mean signed off? You think people get permission to go tag?
well, not necessarily permission, but
not in particular.
But when homeboy behind the camera and homeboy with the spray can went back to wherever they went back to, everybody was high-fiving and laughing and promoting and
potentially was a conversation about should we or should we not post it.
Yeah.
Potentially there was a conversation. Yeah, it could have been.
So before we get into the conversation about it, we're going to play American Cholo's clip first and hear what he had to say about it.
I saw some post out there that what's the name? My boy Alex Alonso from StreetTV was saying why nobody, no raza podcasters or anybody has spoke on it. I actually made a video about a week ago, and my boy, not BC, not Black Chris, but the other Chris, which is actually Black Chris.
It's a real Black Chris.
My boy Chris. That'll work right there.
Twice as long. It's been 2 years. I still can't get it
so
done.
as you can see, so now I can clip this one, right?
Okay, cool.
Or somebody. This is the video of the guy crossing out the mural, hitting up his hood, and I'm actually surprised that Alex Alonso made the comparison of us not speaking about this and saying somehow, some way that it's kind of a racial thing. When Alex Alonso, you my boy Alex, but you're the gang expert, homie, right? You're the gang expert that goes and testifies certain cases and tells people exactly what it is. And when it comes to this kind of situation, it's gang-banging 101, homie. It's a hood that don't get along with the Pyrus over there.
Read the wall.
And read the writing on the wall, literally, bro.
Fucking energy.
And what they're saying, pretty much, they're saying, F them, and we want the smoke, homie.
Yeah, this is my spot. What the fuck you putting shit up here for?
This is what they're doing. Yeah. It has zero to do with racial lines and for us to be like, oh, look at those guys. It would be like me picking a video of, let's say, the guy who just beat up the flower guy and the Cuban guy. Look, it's a black guy beating up the flower guy. You guys should speak on it. Like, nah, bro. At some point, especially when it comes to this is gangbanging, homie. This is gangbanging. The same thing happened when somebody went to Nipsey Hussle's.
Yep. That's
right, and they crossed it out and did that. Yep. It's gangbanging. Now, if the guys would have put like NK and try to refer, then homie, you're tripping.
That's part of this process of writing. Fool, if I wanted to say that, I would have said that on this wall, G.
This is very simple, homie. Let me
territory.
Okay, I believe he was talking to his co-host on his show. I'm not sure if that was Boo Boo because they didn't show. I'm not sure if they they cut to him. But I don't know if you guys want to react to that, or do you want to play the Dubs clip first, in addition, and then start talking about it?
You dry this shit, so do your thing.
Yeah,
So
we should let the other clip run then. Just tackle both.
Let's also.
But I will say this:
yeah,
we do get a lot of reaction from the Latino Hispanic blogosphere when it seems a black gang member does something that they feel like is offensive to the Hispanic community. So they do react to that, and we have seen our people hold certain individuals accountable.
with the Hoover situation, with Jap 5,
exactly,
with the elote lady,
elote corn lady, exactly.
All right, we'll go. We'll touch back on that, but let's play. We're gonna play. Dubs did it. Let me just set this up. Dubs did a video that was about 14 minutes long, so we're not gonna play the whole clip. But I want people. I don't want to take him out of context. So for those who want to hear the entire video, you got to go to Dub's channel to hear the whole 14 minutes. But we're going to play the first couple minutes of his video here.
Kendrick Lamar's mural was vandalized in Compton. Was this racially motivated? What's cracking, everybody? How you guys doing today? Welcome back to the channel. New video. So it's been about a week, I think, where I've been asked by a few people in the comment section, when are you going to speak on the Kendrick Lamar mural being defaced? Why ain't you speaking on it? And honestly, this morning, I finally remembered to go look for it. And as you can see right here, I'm going to let it play. It's a video of one individual who is writing his neighborhood, his barrio, on the mural, crossing out the eyes, crossing out the mural, defacing. He's definitely defacing the mural. And then the video ends. There's no racial slurs. He didn't specify what hood he's dissing. My understanding is Kendrick Lamar is not a gang member. However, his family is. They are Pyrus in Compton. Shout out to the Flats. Shout out to the Pyrus. But I don't know what I was supposed to get out of seeing that. I see an individual who's defacing something. I don't know how old this individual is, but I know that tagging up your barrio is a normal thing. And it would seem to me as if the individual who's doing this is trying to be as disrespectful as possible, but he's not being racial. And I felt like, and I feel like in the comments when they say, well, why aren't you speaking on the defacing? They're taking it as a racial thing. Nowhere in there is there a racial slur.
All right, I think that's enough of Dubs.
So
I just want to remind everyone, I'm not going to play the whole 14-minute clip, but go to Dub's channel if you're interested. I think we kind of get the point that Dubs was making in the first couple of minutes. So what's y'all take on their reaction? And I'm not sure if Dubs was reacting to me. American Cholo definitely made it clear he was reacting to what we did on Straight Politicking on a previous episode. But I believe that it's partially influenced by some of the stuff that came out in our episode. But I don't recall if I said if it was racial.
We never said that.
I don't think, yeah. But you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to drop a clip of what we said on that episode of Straight Politicking to see if I did say something along those lines. But Munchie, you're clear you didn't say anything of that sort. Mm-mm. So what's y'all take on this? We got two guys that have spoke on it since that episode dropped.
I think I've been heavily vocal so far. I'm gonna let the mayor break bread first.
Me and Spider did some content that ain't came out.
Got you.
We did some content that ain't came out, and how he used the Nipsey Hussle mural as an example, and I basically told Spider like his gang-bangin' is a disrespectful sport. You know what I'm saying? And it wasn't nothing personal with Nipsey. It was more of a 60 disrespect thing because Nipsey have murals in Inglewood that nobody touched. Them individuals went over there on Slauson and Crenshaw in the heart of their hood to be disrespectful to the 60s and do what they did. It feels like a Nipsey thing. We would have did the mural that's right here up on our nose. You know what I'm saying? And then I'm kind of disappointed because Alex a gang expert. But if you know, then you know in Compton the T-Flags, they got a reputation for being racial. So I can see why somebody say it was racially, you know what I'm saying, influenced because everybody know that Compton T-Flags is racist. They NK, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But me personally, I'm just being optimistic when I'm saying both sides. But I think it's gang banging. Like I think he tagging. That's what gangbangers do, especially Hispanics. They let a grab that spray can, and you know he got an affiliation with the Pyros. It's banging, but he said it's in there. He said something like, I don't think that Miro's in the T-Flash though.
But Kendrick don't gangbang.
Affiliate.
So
I'm just putting myself in the same mind. Cause I don't know how old them dudes was, but shit, man.
Definitely, whether it's not the intentions were racial or like saying I don't like blacks or I'm doing this because of blacks, if that wasn't the intention, it definitely was an act that could spark racial tension as a result.
Absolutely.
And I think the responsibility of the bloggers that have established themselves as grown men on the Latino side, seeing this, expressing that would be what we perhaps would assume you individuals would have done. Not that the intentions of the individual was trying to start something racial, but just recognizing the potential of racial collisions as a result. That's all.
Yeah, and it makes it difficult for me to argue with someone like Tariq Nasheed saying that, hey, we have potential for black-brown coalition building in Los Angeles, but when you see something like this, and then you see a lack of response from La Raza, from the Mexicans, Tariq is absolutely right.
Just think about how loud even though it was one individual, look how loud the message was when they felt left out at the Kendrick pop-out thing. That was a wave well felt online. We knew that there was a Latino expression of we felt we weren't included. Now, when this racial issue in Compton pops up, Kendrick's name is still involved, I don't see anybody even showing interest in the subject to even have the conversation until you mentioned it and we got this response. I don't even see anybody reacting to it at all.
But Munchie believes it's gangbanging. I don't believe it's gangbanging because I personally don't look at Kendrick Lamar as a Pyru. Hey, maybe he's affiliated. Maybe he grew up over there. I don't know, but I know his public persona. He never says Pyru in any song.
I said that before.
Okay, let me just finish this part.
Right,
he don't gangbang in any songs. He don't claim Pyru. He don't represent Pyru. So I think he is an unfortunate target to now say it's a Pyru thing. So let's cross out Kendrick Lamar. I think he's a non-affiliate. And it's different from an A-Trade defacing Nipsey Hussle mural.
Yeah, it's just like saying, hey, you walking home from school, you don't bang, but your big brother from over there, and I know you a little kid and you a square, so I'm gonna kick you in your ass. Go tell your brother I said that and fuck his hood. That's the equivalent of defacing a non-affiliate who has ties to a gang.
And also, I don't know how widespread Tortilla Flats beef is with the Pyrus. I do know they write PK, huh?
They write both.
PK, CK, NK.
Okay, because it started off in 98. It was just Tortilla Flats and Fruittown. Then it went from Tortilla Flats to Treetop.
TF versus FT. That's D. Go ahead.
And then I guess it spread to the other Pyrus in the area. And let me also say that Tortilla Flats is probably one of the most known anti-black gangs. And I'm going to post some photos of N Killer, and they'll spell out the word Nigger killer. So for... I don't know who said it. Did Dub say there was nothing racially stated?
He's way in Santa Barbara, so his perspective is probably slightly off.
Bro did over 20 years in the penitentiary. He knows.
Santa Barbara?
Dubs. He knows what's up.
He knows what's up.
You know what's up. Nobody that's spent over 20 years in the penitentiary can't say who are the NK Southsider gangs. And Tortilla Flats and CV7 for Compton, Tortilla Flats and CV70 are blatant NK gangs.
I can contest to that. I agree.
And they put this on the walls
all the time.
We got photos of this. It's well documented. There's even videos. I don't even go back to MySpace. There were profiles of CV Tortilla Flats and CV70 guys putting NIGGERK in their profiles. Nothing's changed, right? It hasn't gotten better. In fact, it's gotten worse. There are more Pyru beefs with Tortilla Flats. It just started off with
All of them.
Yeah, now it's all of them.
I
Started
believe-
off with one set.
I believe the Pyrus coming together and hugging on each other's brothers is heavily. I think that played a part in the whole over shit. It's like,
Yeah,
I think people need to pay attention in general, not to be anti any group. When you realize that you have an enemy that looks at you as an enemy, no matter where you from, Crip or Blood, because you one of us, we gotta start paying attention, y'all.
And I also didn't like the way I said this earlier, but we got to hear the clip of Dubs. It was Dubs that says an individual. It's not one person, Dubs.
When you're talking
This is
about
a collective.
yeah, when you're talking about collectives and you separating one person as an individual, you obviously saying everyone doesn't support that. Then there's actions to show that, prove it, disciplines, things of that nature. If it's just an individual doing something that you don't support, then that individual is supposed to be held accountable.
And then we know that just from the video, there's at least two people involved. There's a camera person, there's the writer, and they brought a homie to post up doing.
And they probably was huffing paint.
Yeah, you gotta take in consideration their reputation for being NK. Yeah, you gotta take that, and then you can't use the Nipsey thing as a comparison because those are two black groups. So of course it's gang banging. Like even when Snoop Dogg thing got defaced in Inglewood on the side of his store, that was gang banging. So that's like apples and oranges, bro. You can't really compare the two.
Yeah, and I also want to emphasize not all Mexican gang, black gang beef has reached the point of racial animosity. But there are quite a few, even in Long Beach. That has clearly reached the level of racial animosity. The Mexicans in Long Beach, the North Sides, what is it? North Side Longo, West Side Longo, and East Side Longo. They make it clear they don't like black people. Yeah. 205th Street Torrance.
204.
I'm sorry, 204. They make it clear they don't like black people. They don't even like non-gang members, black people in 204. Most of the black victims in 204 weren't even in gangs. So they took it to the next level. There are no black gangs in the 204 area in Torrance.
Right.
So I think they're downplaying, like you said, Spider, the racial tension that it also can create and push. And I was just hoping that some Latinos would say, hey, Kendrick, he should be considered out of bounds.